trade, Sandro here. Let's go check out a new detailed money-making plan.
All right, people, I got a special detailed plan for Apple. You know, people, let's be honest here. So Apple is at a key pivot point here at 161.50. The question is how it acts at key numbers, and I will explain what 160 means and what it will take to really confirm to the upside. The September 15 or October 20 calls could be used. I'm going to explain which ones later on. Big picture, you know, this stock wants higher. Many new highs to come this year. However, people, I'm being honest here. The problem is we have a gap. There's a possibility for them to test this lower. And again, this is where even with confirmation, this stock, even if we can confirm this plan, there's no guarantee that we still don't test lower. But in case we do confirm, and keep this in mind, okay, again, this 160 will become a pivot. We confirm and we don't hold that level. It's one of those trades again. You know, those September 15 160 calls have gained back value throughout the shop, but they had lost value, gained back value. Very difficult to hold. However, like I did say, that 160 it was a key pivotal point. However, now as we were to break out, you know, we've got targets of 168 to 170. Okay, so Apple can make some nice gains on these options. However, we need to really confirm with power. So Apple needs to show us the power. This is supposed to be two-way. So Apple needs to show us the power with both volume and price at 162.50. That's a pivot point, people. 6 million on a 10-minute chart at the least. Now, if the volume isn't there, I will explain the video manufacturer. So again, we're going to have to watch for basing above 162.5 and look for power through 163. Now, if Apple's able to do that, there's a good chance that they're not going to fill that gap. Maybe sometime in the future, but at the same time, we're at that pivotal point here, 161, where we have resistance right at 162.5. Just breaking above 162 means nothing. You see, today I talked about my last update, 162. Apple couldn't even base above that. It faded 1 point and then came back up. This market's in a chop with Goldman Sachs going lower. SPY can't go lower. We're in chop zones, and a breakdown is going to happen or a breakout. But through that chop, we're going to get a lot of moves. You know, like for example, for me to being stopped out at TSLA, it tells you everything. Because you know what? I've only had multiple winning TSLA plans of 100 to 200, 300% gains. And today in the chop, of course it was a 50-50 kind of confirmation, you know, I lose 40% on my options, right? So that's how it's going, but I don't want to fight the market. Of course, that's TSLA, by the way, could simply do very well. I'm making a plan for that to crack lower. But anyways, people, as for Apple, let's go take a look at the options. But this confirmation is very important. It's at a pivotal point. We lose 160. There's no reason for it not to go and fill this gap. See that gap here? No reason. That's the thing. It looks really bullish, right? But that power, listen, when we were trying to break 162 last time, that's when this all trouble began. See this day? Boom, right? We're back there again, and this is a pivotal point. You need power, or else you're in chop. We're just stuck in chop. And, you know, again, it could even come and test lower here. There's no reason for them not to go test 155, 156 to 154, to even the 150 area. No reason. And that could happen. And, of course, if that was to happen, just more opportunity to buy Apple. But I don't want to be stuck in new options when Apple's up over here and it can't show the power. Right? It doesn't make any sense to be in this. So let's go take a look at the options. All right, people, so here we are at the Yahoo Finance. You can see that even though Apple closed up at 161.47, you know, after hours, I mean, we'll see if that means anything. You know, we're already cracking right below 160. That's chop zone, people. And, you know, this time a weaker Apple can send the market lower. Again, we're going to want for confirmation. I'm not making a bearish plan for Apple. I have other stocks that I'd rather go take a bearish stance on. But as I explained, Apple's in a chop zone, people. I'm telling you how it is. Let's go take a look quickly. Let's go take a look at some reasonable options here. All right, so here I got the October 20 calls up here. I mean, that's just in case there is a powerful confirmation. I mean, I highly doubt it, but you never know, right? That's why you can see there's lots of options. And right now, these options are trading around 420, 425 to 165 calls, okay? And these can make a lot of money, okay? Especially if Apple can confirm properly, they can make a lot of money. But the key is confirmation. Of course, if Apple if Apple cannot confirm, then we'll be able to get better option prices. So, you know, we're in a chop market, and there's a lot of reasons why I see Apple to try to test lower first before going higher. Again, that's why we're going to have to use confirmation. And even if Apple could confirm my plan to the upside, there's no guarantee that it will work 100%. It's not like before. That's the kind of market we're in, and I'm being honest here. But if someone is wanting to engage in this, at the same time, I won't be engaging in new options unless it's confirmed really strongly, Apple. And a lot of people want to know what my opinion is. That's my stance. You usually hear me say a lot more bullish things, but this market's at that point that, to me, I see more reasons for it to try to pull back first before going higher. But again, that's why we need some confirmation. And what I'm getting is very mixed confirmation, people. This is another problem. All right, people, welcome to Power Target Trades, the place where I post great detailed plans. You know, most of the times we've been having really great, easy confirmation plans. This market conditions are not like that. But if you want to see a lot of great examples, you've got to check out my created playlist. Like I said, my long-term stance of Apple is much, much higher. But the question is, do they want to pull it back first into that 156, 155, 154 to 150 area, or are we going to break out to new highs? And the only way is we're going to need some strong confirmation inside this chop zone, which extends now up to the 163 to the 155 area. That is the situation. And you can see Apple's trying to get up there, but loses. Tries to get, it's a market conditions, and all it takes is one little negative market condition situation. So for me, I think the odds favor that we try to test lower first. However, without the right confirmation, it's a matter of watching that 160 pivot, people. Apple's been holding key pivots, but we lose 160. And there is a lot of factors that they can slowly test this lower, and it could do it fast or slow. But then we'll also see a lot of other stocks want to go. If Apple wants to take out 160, it's going to have a negative effect on the market, in my opinion. If Apple wants to break up higher, that's going to pull up a lot of stocks. So that's why I think Apple's a really important key fact, people. That's why I'm making this special update. Make sure you listen to my plan and what I'm saying, because I'm telling it how it is. Usually things are clear, and you know what? When the market isn't clear, either you don't engage in the market at all and wait for that really strong confirmation. It doesn't matter. Apple properly breaks out. I'll tell you one thing: if Apple properly breaks out, it's going to go higher. But if it doesn't want to properly break out, it'll just be chopping. You'll lose money in options and in any new option plans. Here's a point of a person being able to take profits now, if they're still in, and buying the confirmation, buying the power. I'm looking to buy the power. That's my stance in engaging new options in Apple. I'm waiting to buy the right kind of power and avoiding the chop. I made some great gains in TSLA last week because it was properly set up. Now it's back in the chop zone, and I go and lose some money. That tells you a lot right there. I'm always making big gains most of the time, but losses are going to occur. I tell it how it is. They're very rare, but they're happening, and that tells you we're in tricky, choppy market conditions. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. You're going to see the information. You're going to see a picture of me at the end of the video around here, and let's see what I say.
All right, people. Now that we just finished seeing and hearing the new detailed plan, you're going to see a picture of me in circle format. It'll be like in a circle form. You see a picture of me. Simply click on it. It's going to give you. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out my creative playlist. Don't forget to like the video.